Hi guys, it has been quite a long time since I've done this on my channel. This is my next cooking tutorial as I reached my Patreon goal. And with that goal, I promised more cooking tutorials, and that's exactly what we're going to do. If you're a college student and you're broke, these are really inexpensive meals that you can make that are extremely tasty. Today we're going to be making creamy asparagus soup, one of my personal favorites, whether you like asparagus or hate asparagus. If you hate asparagus, you're going to love this soup anyway, because the people who I had in my family who had tried it, who don't like asparagus, they loved it. And that just goes to show that soups can completely change the flavor of foods that you don't like. First things first, we're going to need 2 full yellow onions. You can use white onions. It doesn't really matter because we want to make this super, super thin. Onion is the #1 recipe for all cooking soups. Overall, it's the best thing you can put in soups because the flavor is phenomenal. We're going to put these two in here, and you want these really thin because the thicker things take longer to cook. First thing you want to do is put about 3 tablespoons of butter in the bottom of this pan and have it melted. You can also use coconut oil. I like to use coconut oil when I cook. However, today I'm just going to use butter because I'm out of coconut oil and it's expensive. Now we're going to put the onions right in here. You don't really need to drain it, although it's pretty watery mixture, but you want it really, really thin and fine because it will cook faster this way. We're going to put this in here with the onions, with the butter, excuse me. Just like that. That's a lot of onions. Actually, that may be too much, but it doesn't matter since we're making a small portion for specifically just me. Let this sit here on medium heat for about 10 minutes. Make sure you stir it because you want these to turn crystal clear. Now that these onions are nice and soft, what we're going to want to do after the butter and putting these onions in here, we've had this sitting for about 5 to 10 minutes on medium heat. We're going to want to come over here and we're going to want to put, I don't have homemade chicken stock, so I'm just going to use this. Ideally, you would put 4 cups of chicken stock and 3 cups of water, but because we're making a smaller dosage, we're just going to pour this right in here. So I'm just going to use 2 cans of chicken stock. Now you can use vegetable stock, you can use beef stock, it doesn't really matter. Put some water in here. Usually, if you're going to do the full recipe, it's ideally recommended that you put 3 cups of water. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to come back to this and let this simmer for about 15 minutes until it is completely boiling. And that's when we'll come back, and that's when we're going to do the asparagus. Now that this is boiling, we're going to go cut our asparagus. And first thing, make sure that you please wash these. These are really important that you wash asparagus spears because some of them can be kind of like this, they're kind of icky. And you want to make sure that you wash them and pull out if there's any bad ones. These have been sitting in the refrigerator for about a week, so I did hydrate them with water. So that's how you keep asparagus longer. You put them in a bowl and then have water at the bottom so they soak up the water and they don't go all bad. Or else all of these would have been bad by now. But these are nice and green and fresh. What we're going to do is we're going to cut about 1 inch like this. 1-inch spears. And I'm not a professional cutter, so if I cut my finger in this video, don't learn from me. Take this other nice pile of nice green asparagus. Same thing, 1-inch spears, like that. And hopefully I don't spill this on myself. We're going to pour all of these in here, just like this. Now the key to doing this correctly is we're going to let this sit for about 5 to 10 minutes in total of length of these asparagus. Now what we want to do is we want to sit here, we want to stir this, and the way that we know that these are done is, well, they're not done yet obviously, but we're going to take one of these and we're going to push it against the pot, and if it breaks, that means we know we want these to be, if these cook too long, they'll turn to an icky yellow, and we don't want that. We want these to be tender, but also just tender enough to where they smush under the pressure of your fingers or against the pot, and that's how you know when asparagus is perfectly done. So these have been cooking for about 5 to 7 minutes, and we're going to take a nice little small green piece out of here, like so. As you can see here, I'm going to put it right here, and we're going to come in and kind of push this down. You can see how it flattens like that? That means it's done. It didn't instantly collapse under pressure. I had to put a little bit of pressure and it collapsed. That means it is officially done. We're going to throw that back in here and turn down the heat a little bit. We're going to turn to this little handy tool right here. This is, I don't know what this is. This is called a Smart Stick. This is like a hand blender. As you can see here, this thing does this. I got this off Amazon for like $25, and it attaches here. Basically what this is you put this in soups and it blends things like this perfectly, so you don't have to, put the soup in a, I don't know, a big old expensive blender where it's just, you can do it right in the pot. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this in here, we're going to put this on high. As you can see, we're going to go like this. It's nice, just green liquidy soup. So we don't want any big asparagus spears. This is all done, as you can see. The one thing about asparagus is there's a lot of fibery material into it, so what you want to do is you want to strain this. Ready? So we're going to take this, and it's nice and finished, and we're going to strain this. Ideally, if you have a metal strainer, you want to use a metal strainer. I don't have a metal strainer, but this will do just fine. This will get all of the fibery material out of the actual soup itself. That's all strained. We're going to put it back in the pot. So this is one of my favorite things about all soups is flavoring to taste. So we're going to put some salt. There's no specific ingredients for this, so I'll just say put whatever you want in. You don't have to put this. I'm going to put some salt, some cayenne pepper, because I like my soup spicy. We're going to put some ground black pepper. I love pepper in soups, as you can see there. We're going to put a tad of nutmeg. This gives it a really good flavor. Stir that around. Now the next thing we're going to do is, I actually don't have any whipped cream milk, like actual, whole milk whipped cream. So today we're going to put half a cup of milk, and ideally you use cream, but we don't have that, so just put half a cup of that in there, just like so. Stir that around. Look at that yummy texture. Oh. Well, that's my favorite thing about soups, is just combining ingredients and seeing it slowly develop into what it's supposed to be. Now this final step is completely optional, but I like to put cheese in my soup, and I am putting pepper jack. Now you can put any, I usually cook with Colby Jack, but pepper jack is my favorite, as you can see. A lot of pepper jack cheese. I always have like 5 or 6 blocks of cheese on my refrigerator at all times to appeal to my infatuation with cheese. As I've said in my previous cooking videos, you can never have enough cheese in anything. Now that this is finished, we're going to do a taste test. Put this in our nice bowl. Taste test is my favorite part of cooking any meal. And, let's see. Perfect. Really hot though, because I put a lot of cayenne pepper. The pepper jack cheese. The last time I made this, I did not put pepper jack cheese, so this was, actually it adds quite a lot of flavor to it. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, creamy asparagus soup, with the exception of the creamy part, because I didn't use, cream in this recipe. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you make this video. All the recipes, ingredients, and are down below in the description if you want to make this. Also, lately I've been listening to Lords of the Sith. Audible.com is a company hosted by Amazon that hosts thousands upon thousands of audiobooks for your listening, entertainment, and enjoyment. They actually have a bunch of audiobooks for people wanting to know how to cook, and different measurements and different definitions. If you're interested in cooking, check out Audible.com. They have stuff there for you to listen to through audiobooks for cooking videos. But lately I've been listening to Lords of the Sith. This is the new Star Wars book that came out, and it's actually canon within the new Star Wars movies, so if you're interested in that, they have a massive selection. Audible.com/MrEpsion gives you a 1-month free trial and a free audiobook of your choosing for Audible.com, so check it out, linked also down below in the description. Thank you for watching, and also check out my website, reptilegaming.com. We have a forums, and I recently got a TF2 server up and running, and if you know anybody who's really good with HTML, send them a message and let them contact me, because I need help with some HTML stuff in regards to TF2. Peace!